Welcome to this Blackpool Music School video all about the Loog guitar. In this video I am using my homemade Loog guitar and I am tuned G, B, E. To get the most from this video you will need to be tuned G, B, E. But these techniques actually work on any of the Loog tunings, it's just the names will change. So let's get started. Now, to cover some basics, this is tuned G, B, E, Golf, Bravo, Echo. It's the same as the three finished strings on a guitar. There are other Loog tunings, but like I said, this video is about this tuning. Now, in the ukulele world, we have what's called C-tuned and D-tuned and E-tuned ukes, and it happens in other instruments as well. And people think because it's tuned a certain way, you can only play in certain keys. No, think of a piano or a keyboard. There are many notes. You don't get a C-tuned piano. The tuning comes from what notes you're playing and the chords you're playing. This happens in some instruments because people miscorrectly call items tuned in this key. It's more they're saying the tuning they're using, not necessarily the key, if that makes sense. So I'll cover some basics here. This is tuned G, B, E, Golf, Bravo, Echo. Now if I was to play a G chord, a C chord and a D chord, that's in the key of G. First, now I'll do a video on scales later on. The first note in the scale of G is G. That's the root or the first note. The fourth note is C, so we play a C chord, and the fifth note is a D. Delta. Got Golf, Charlie, Delta. Golf, Charlie, Delta. And that will be the note in the key of G. The three main chords you're probably going to use. Golf, the first, Charlie, the fourth, and Delta, the fifth. Now in different keys, the starting note is different and obviously the notes change further up the scale. So let's cover another key. So now we're going to be in the key of D. So Delta is our first chord. So we're using a Delta chord there. Delta, that's the first. The fourth is now G, Golf. And the fifth is Alpha, the A chord. Don't worry if you don't know these chords yet, but I'll come on to that in another video. But if you notice, when we played in Golf, the first was Golf, the fourth was Charlie, and the fifth was Delta. In the key of D, Delta, the fourth letter of the alphabet, the first is D. The first is D, sorry. The fourth is G now. And the fifth is A. So you've now played in two keys. So if you were to play in G, it would sound like this. If you were to play that in Delta, can you hear? They sounded similar but they're in different keys. One may sound higher or lower to your ear. So again, Golf. Delta. So that's the first, fourth and fifth chord in the key of G and D. So think of this instrument in this tuning as tuned you can play in all the keys you will probably ever need. There will be one or two exceptions. All instruments have one or two keys that are difficult to play in or harder to play, and that's more to do with the way they're tuned than anything else. But 99% of the time, if you're in this tuning, you can probably play in most keys. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Blackpool Music School for more videos. The more thumbs up we get and the more subscribers we get, the more videos we will post. So until next time, take care, keep practicing, keep playing, And as always, goodbye.